So let's talk a little bit about spiritual depression, how to identify it, and how to overcome it, right? Spiritual depression is one of those things that I really do see that people can define differently based off of their own experiences with it. Some people might say it's kind of like little subtle dips that they feel. Some people might feel it to be like the craziest challenge that you have to overcome as a conscious awakened soul. You know what I mean? And some people might explain it in a more physical way, a mental way, spiritual way. So however it applies itself, however it rears its head in your life, that's how you are going to define it, right? Everyone's experience is going to be different, and all we could do is share our experience with one another so we can all learn, right? So I also want to clarify that spiritual depression does not always have to mean just sadness, right? And like the way that the sadness can come up can be different as well. Like you can say like, oh, like, you know, the spiritual depression could be like also like you learn something that, like, you know, especially with the tinfoil hat world, especially with like you feel like the world and the spiritual warfare that's going on, you learn some facts and you're like, wow, we're screwed. And that could really like mess you up. That could be like, wow, is there even a point to feeling like this? Am I even feeling like this? You find out the matrix is deeper than you thought it was. You say, wait, I thought I was escaping the matrix. I find out there's a whole nother level. I found out there's people that people manipulate spirituality too. Oh my God, like, and that could really mess you up. You can go down the rabbit hole and you say, universe, show me the truth. And sometimes you have to be careful what you ask for, because a lot of people think, I can handle the truth. I can handle universal cosmic knowledge all at once. And you get like a little glimpse, you get a little bit of information, and it messes you up. Like it's like if you went on the dark web or something, the deep web, both of them, and you saw some stuff you didn't want to see. There's some grimy stuff that goes on in the internet. The internet that we see is only the top surface. There's the deep web and the dark web. You know, venture at your own risk. You know, that's where the crazy stuff happens. You know. And that can mess you up because you ask, it's like, universe, God, source, show me the answers. Show me what's truly going on. Show me the truth. And you see it and you're like, oh, and that completely messes you up. It puts you into this hole in your mind. You understand? And then it could be like a slightly different one, like on a mental basis, like where for like every awakened soul, every like, you know, awakened soul, old soul, whatever, you're talking to your friends and family and you just feel disconnected. You feel alone because you feel like you're the only one in your friend group, your family group, and on this wavelength. You feel like you're the only one. You feel like no one gets you, and the people that get you, they kind of get you, and you don't feel like that true connection to everybody, you know, so it makes you feel alone. You see everybody running around and they're having the best time of their lives, and you just know what you know, and you just feel like you no longer can connect with them. You know, sometimes you get so awakened, you feel like everybody else in the world is a bunch of bots that are just geared by social media, people that need the validation. You see all this type of stuff. You see the way that people use their energy. You see the people, the way people value certain things that you've learned about. And you're just like, yo, why? And it hurts you because you can't get through to them. You know, quick side note, it's from Daylight. It's a thought from Daylight. But he was like, why do you think people in the hood, you know, are so angry? And it's like, you can say like it's the money, it's the poverty, it's the guns and all this type of stuff, but it's the lack of words. It's the lack of ability to explain yourself, how you feel, how to articulate yourself, that pisses you off. And you just want to take that out because you don't even know how to express it. So you just got to take it out on something or somebody. That's what it kind of feels like at a spiritual level when you learn so much tinfoil hat stuff or so much hippy dippy stuff that you want to explain it to everybody and you just can't get the right words. You know it, you feel it, you've already embodied it, but you can't express it. And that's something else that could put you in your hole and kind of like make you more secluded, because that makes you feel like no one can get you, because you'd be like, I can't explain this to you. How do I get this through to you? How do I get through, you know, your wiring of your brain to get right into that vulnerable spot that I can get in and plant my own seed in your mind to help you, to free you? And that could stress you out. You understand? I went on a deep one with that one. but anyway, you know, like one of the other things, right, on the personal note, you know, I've gone through the ebbs and flows. I think it's the ebb and flow. Sometimes you feel like you're rising. Sometimes you feel like you're stagnant. Sometimes you feel like you even dip down. And with me, you know, just recently, we'll keep it current because I've been through this many times, but we'll keep it current. One of mine is like what my bouts with spiritual depression is for the past like month or so is I've been experiencing like a really like health boom. You know, I go through ebbs and flows of that as well. Everything's on the ebb and flow. But like the last month, I was like, you know, slacking. I was ordering out like still vegan food and all that type of stuff. But I was getting a whole bunch of cooked food and all that type of stuff. A couple cheat days here and there, you know. But now it's like I've been like really like steadfast on the raw food. You know, I've been talking to the universe. I was just sitting at the gas pump today And sometimes when you get gas, like, it'll print out the receipt or it'll say, yo, your receipt's inside. And I was like, all right, bet, universe, let me know if I'm supposed to snack today. Like if the receipt prints out here, I'm not gonna go in and go get me some Pringles. But like, if it doesn't, or like if I just get my receipt, I'm just gonna go. Or I'll go in and get the chips or whatever I said, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. And I got the receipt, it printed out, I was like, good looks, keeping me on track, But I've been taking my health extremely seriously. The chlorella, the wheatgrass, the burdock root, the bladderwrack, the monatomic golds, the supplements, the blood cleansers. I've been going in. Just doing whatever I can to find the formula. Shout out to Sirius B for the H2 supplements. I'm trying those out. I'm only on like day 3 of it, so we'll see. But I'm trying everything out that's just gonna enhance my health, enhance my happiness in my shell, in my body. But you have to understand that when your body increases, the mind, body, and spirit, they're all linked. When your body gets healthy, your mind is healthy. When your mind is healthy, your spirit is healthy, and vice versa, and all of them are linked. So all that to say, when I am, when I go to bed post meditation, right? I go to bed. There's a difference between dreams, lucid dreams, and just existing somewhere else. Existing outside of your body, existing on another reality, another timeline, another universe. I don't know what it is, but that's been happening like crazy lately, especially because of the monatomic gold. Y'all should check that out. And like I get there, like I'm in this world, I'm in this extra reality where I'm flying, I'm jumping off of buildings, I'm running through buildings, I'm teleporting, I'm talking to people I haven't met, I'm talking to 7-8 foot tall teachers. I'm always in a classroom where I always feel like I'm learning something, but I'm existing in another world that I can't remember. And every time I come back, where I go from like superpowers, crazy spiritual teachers, I'm always in like the spiritual classroom. I come back to this world where you can only jump a couple feet in the air. You can only lift a certain amount. The universe like replies to you on a delayed reaction. And it's like everything feels slow. Everything feels fake. I've told my mom, especially my mom and dad, I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm existing in multiple dimensions. Like me right now. Like when I talk to y'all and I start getting my buzz, I feel like I'm here because all my energy is starting to pour into me here. But otherwise, like I don't feel like I exist. I go through my entire workday like, what did I just do? Like I just feel like I just wasted a whole bunch of day. I could be sitting here meditating. I would rather meditate for 24 hours than go to work for an hour. Because the world in here feels so much more real than the world that this is supposed to be. This is reality. And that kind of it bores me, because I feel so powerful. And I feel like the world where I'm doing all these crazy powers, I got all these crazy powers and abilities feels more real than this one. The one where I'm scared, quote, quote, of death, scared of getting hurt, bills, that type of stuff. It's weird to me. And whenever I have these moments, whenever I have these nights where I'm existing in a whole nother reality and I wake up like, damn, did I even sleep? My whole morning feels messed up because I feel like I've seen behind the curtain. I feel like I've seen behind the curtain and now I see the world from a completely different light. And now I know the truth of the world and I can't see it the same, especially for the first half of the day. And eventually I get over it. But, that's just the way I be feeling sometimes, And the only thing that really keeps me grounded is my purpose. Making these types of videos, helping people, lending hand to strangers, opening my house up, there was a neighbor that was stuck outside, and it's doing things like that just improve the light, that give me more light, that spread more light to others, show compassion to strangers. The guy was stuck out there. I was like, yo, you want to come in? I got PlayStation. We could play the PlayStation. I got some music. We could kick it. And it was weird because he was thrown aback by that because he's like, you just offering a random stranger to come in your house? I was like, yo, you chill. You're my neighbor. Love thy neighbor and all that type of stuff, right? But he's like, no, I'm going to wait out here. But thanks, though. I really do appreciate that. That's crazy. And, but that made me feel good. Doing stuff like that makes me feel good. And almost weirdly enough, even though light's supposed to help you ascend, it grounds me. And before we get into my main thing, I already said it, it's you're finding your purpose. That's how you get out of these spiritual slumps. At least that's how I do. I think there's many ways you can get out of it, but focusing on your purpose, right? But let me give it to you like this. Everything is the mindset that you carry, everything, right? Now, if you're in a hot air balloon, there's going to be a point where you start to rise, and you get your focal point is the ground. So when you're rising and rising and rising and rising, you're like, okay, we're rising. Wow, we're really high up. Oh my God, we're really high up. Now let's just imagine that the hot air balloon can like survive in space. You go so high that you're in the stratosphere. Now you're in space. You're passing Mars. You're passing the sun. And you stop looking at the ground because it no longer exists anymore. You say, you know what? You start to turn your attention upwards. You understand? You start to turn your attention upwards instead of saying, oh my God, we're so high, and you're in that fearful state. You start saying, how much higher can I go? Right? Because the spiritual journey, climbing the spiritual ladder is, sometimes it's a very lonely road. Sometimes you have to leave people behind. People you thought you were going to be friends with, sometimes you no longer connect with them. And you just say, you know what? This is already a lonely road, so I might as well see how high I can get. Because eventually there's going to be like a checkpoint up there at the top where, like you get up there and it's like, oh, hey, how's it going? You know what I'm saying? You're like, hey, what's going on? Oh, you made it up here. Yeah, you made it up here. Good. And like everyone's all at the same vibration as you. You find your people at a certain point because you attract who you are, and the higher vibration you are, the more higher vibrating individuals you're going to attract into your life. And the way you do this, the way that you surmount this spiritual depression, whether it be moment, whether it be a period of your life, is focus on your purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is, use that time to find it. Give yourself something else to distract you, a good distraction, a proper distraction. What's a better distraction? You sitting down moping and be like, oh my God, I'm so sad. There's so many sheep in the world. I can't get through to them. Oh my God, learn the truth. And you just sit there and poison yourself, drink your alcohol, weed. You sitting there eating all your frozen yogurt because you feel sad from all the stuff you learned, or focusing on your purpose and seeing what you could do about it, right? And once again, your purpose doesn't even have to be the healing people, but how are you going to inspire people by what you do? What's your purpose? What brings you to light? What makes you feel extremely good? When you focus on that, all your problems disappear. And like once you stop giving your energy to problems, they cease to appear. They cease to exist because they don't have the energy that you are feeding it. You understand? It's one of those things like you got to stay grounded. And yes, we're here. And I have to tell myself these things. I'm here. Get over it. While you're here, make an impact on the world, make an impact on this life, even if it is a dream, even if it's a video game, even if it's all an illusion. Make the NPCs' lives a little bit happier while you're here. Make the non-playable characters, make the bots, make the sheep, make them a little bit happier. And for the people that think like you, let them know that they're not alone. That's the type of stuff that keeps me going. That's the stuff that gets me out of here. Like I said, these videos are therapeutic for me. I talk to myself normally, so let me talk to a bunch of people that will also listen to me as well. So I may have gotten a little bit all over the place there, but all in all, when you're feeling spiritually depressed, focus on your purpose. Don't focus on the ground, focus on how high you can go. One of the things that I think about often is like, I talked about in different types of my videos, either the semen retention or spiritual stuff, but I've been practicing semen retention. 365 days on June 1st. It's a crazy milestone for me. At this point, I'm going to start to open my mind up to being in a relationship, my mind and spirit up to a relationship, But even before then, like, I still have my moments where I'm like, I want someone to share this with. I'm so alone. But one of the things I tell myself while, like, I'm in my singleness, is, all I'm doing right now is preparing myself, making myself the best version of myself. So when she sees me, she knows it. You understand? It's like if you find the need to explain all the work that you're doing to somebody, you're probably with the wrong person. If they can't just see, like, they don't have to know specifics, but if they just can look at you like, wow, you've really been working on yourself. Wow, you've really ironed out a bunch of details in yourself. Wow. It's like, that's when you're with the right one, someone that can sense your energy and like just look at you and know that you put in a lot of work. So that's another mindset that helps me have one of my other big things, my mental depressions. Focusing on the purpose, keep on improving myself, make myself better than I was yesterday. Because when she sees me, she's gonna know. She's gonna already just be like, you've been putting in a lot of work. You are a high quality individual. And that's just what I hope that's what I hope happens whenever we run into one another. You know what I'm saying? But until then, I can't be getting all sad and mopey, but I'm gonna be alone forever and single. No. It's like, you know what? She's not here. More time to prepare. So, anywho, that's just my thoughts, a little bit of my personal life, but no big deal. It's like I like to use my personal experiences to let y'all know y'all not in this journey by yourself. Keep on going, keep on climbing. Don't look at the ground, keep looking up. Till the next one.